series. In this video tutorial, we will have a look how we can parse a request body and how to connect a MongoDB. So to do that, first of all, we will see how we can parse a request body. So now to parse a request body, we have to install a module which is called bodyparser. So to install that module, we have to write npm install --save body-parser. So bodyparser is the module which is used to parse the incoming request body, which is coming in form of JSON. Now body parser has been downloaded as a dependency. Now what we have to do is that whenever any request is coming and before the request goes to this defined endpoints, we have to first parse that data so that we can retrieve the request body from here. So to do that, first of all, we have to add the dependency of body parser here. Require body parser. Next, just after this, we will write app.use okay, we'll write body parser dot URL encoded, and inside URL encoded we'll write extended to false. So we'll learn about it, what is the meaning of extended and what is URL encoded. First of all, let's understand how can parse the body from a incoming request. So app.use, and same we have to write body parser dot JSON. So what we are doing is that we are parsing a request whichever is coming in the form of JSON. So we are converting into a readable format so that we can retrieve with the help of like writing request.body.parameter name, which is coming from backend. So now here we go. Let's see how we can parse the request which is coming from backend, so from front end. So in case of post request, suppose we are getting an product which we need to add into our database. So we will send the detail of the order as a post request. So we'll select post from here, and from here we will define our body, and the body will be raw body, and from here we will select a JSON object. So let's do that. So I will write a name of the product, and the name of the product I can write anything. Suppose I am writing a product name as apple, and I am passing a price of it, and the price is 50. So once I'll send this data to our API, so API should able to read this data. So in that case, we have used request body parser here. So to access those data, what we have to do is that we'll write request.body dot name of the parameter which we are sending here. So the first is name and second is price. So request dot body dot name and request dot body dot price. So this way we can get the name of the product, and this way we can get the price of that product. So let's check how we can do that. So I'll write const, or I'll write var product equals to, I write a JSON object here, and I'll give it name. The key I'm giving name, and again one more key, the price I'm giving it as price. So once we'll get this variable from request body name request.body.price. So let's return the same object, product handling post request. Apart from this, we are also sending the detail of this product, which we added into our database. We will add in our database later, but first let's understand how we parse the data, incoming data which is coming from Postman with the help of body parser. So I am returning the product, just writing product detail and this product. I'll restart the server with the help of npm start. Now you can see that server has been started and I got one error. The error is bodyparse.url code. Okay, so you can see that I have written body parse here, but actually what I have used the variable is body parser. So I have to replace this with body parser, and hopefully now this should work. So see, I do not have to restart our application, for automatically nodemon has started it. So you can see that the server has started at port 4000. Now to check how body parser is working, I'll send a post request from Postman. Now I'm sending it and you can see that I have received an message order handling post request, and this is really not expected. There was one more thing which was expected from our code, if you see. So what we have done is that we are sending a status JSON and we are sending product detail and product here. So okay, so you can see that I tried to hit the order endpoint, that's why that the expected result did not came. In case I'll write products here, so now if I'll hit, so you can see that I am getting product detail as well apart from this message. So this is nice, the way how we can parse any upcoming request with the help of body parser. Now next thing, we can implement the same thing into our orders as well. So let's see how we can do this into order. So we'll see where is the post request for order. You can see it is here. Now I'll do where order equals to same way request dot body dot order. There will be an ID of that order, and request dot body dot its price. Suppose we are saving price of that order. Now I'll store it into a variable which is already there. So I'll write ID. I'm storing it into ID variable, and second variable price I'm storing into price. This is way how we get the JSON request which is coming from our front end, ID and price. Now I'll same in case of product, as we have written the product detail as well. So we will return the order detail in our response. So I'll write order detail, and inside order detail I'll return the whole object like this. Let's save it, and you can see that nodemon has started our server as soon as we made any code changes and saved the file. Now let's hit orders endpoint, and you can see that we have received price 50, but really we did not get ID here. So let's see why we did not get ID in this case. So ID is there. Okay, so since we have not sent ID here, that's why we did not get. Let's change the ID to 123, which is the order ID, and now we'll get the response ID and price both. So you can see that I have received ID and price in order detail. So this is the way how we pass any upcoming or with the request is coming from front end. The next step is to connecting MongoDB. To connect MongoDB, what you can do is that you can install the local setup in your machine, or you can use the cloud version of MongoDB. So let's see how you can use both of the things. So for me, what I'll do, So if you are not aware about MongoDB, how to download it or how can we use the cloud version of it, you can follow from here. So we'll write MongoDB Atlas. So if you'll see that MongoDB Atlas provides a cloud version of it, I already have registered into this. So if you are not already registered, you can try it from here, or you can, if you have already registered on this, so you can simply click on sign in, or you can sign in with your Google account. Otherwise, I already have signed in, so I'll just log in into it. Now I'll write my password. Login, and you can see that a new dashboard has been opened for me. So if you see, then you can build a cluster from here, or you can click on connect. So what it will ask you to write the username and the password of the MongoDB user. So for me, I'll write RESTful API, nodejs RESTful API. This is the username, and same I'll enter the password as well. Node.js RESTful API. I'll create a MongoDB user here. A MongoDB user has been created. Choose connection method. So it is saying that you cannot connect yet. Set up your firewall access below. Add current IP address. Add IP address. Now we can connect it easily. Choose a connection method. I'll choose a connection method. Compass. So you can see that we can copy this. You can copy this URL which is given by this. So just we need to replace this password from here. So that's it. So let's see how can we do that. So first of all, we already have you can see that we already have set up our cloud-based MongoDB here. Now we'll try to connect this database from our code. To do that, we have to install an node module which is Mongoose. npm install --save Mongoose, and Mongoose will be helpful to establish the connection between our MongoDB and node application. So you can see that Mongoose is being installed. It has been installed. Now we will add the dependency of Mongoose into our app file. So to do that, same we'll write Mongoose equal to require Mongoose. Now we have added the dependency here. Now what we have to do is that after app started, we have to make the connection of our database. So let's see how we can do that. So okay, once the app has been started, now we'll write mongoose.connect is the method which is used to connect it, and the connect takes two parameters. The first one, our string which we got from MongoDB Atlas, and the second parameter we can have an optional one which is use Mongo client. We'll set it to true because we are using Mongo client here. It is giving some error. What is the error? Okay, the error is that I have not closed this string here. So now it is correct. So you can see that mongoose.connect is the method, takes two parameters. The first one is the string, connection string, and the second one is use Mongo client to true because we are using Mongo client here. Now we need to replace this password here. So the password was same as user, so I'll write the same username and password. Now I'll restart the application just to see that we are not getting any error while we are trying to connect the mongoDB. To do that, same npm start, and you can see that nodejs has started our application, but we are getting some error, and the error is use Mongo client option is no longer necessary in mongoDB 5. Okay, so we do not need to specify this for now.